Hey, how's it going, Pride, and welcome back for more of TNT, or the NarniaCraft Tales, and today I've got a couple of things to talk about besides the main topic, and the first thing is that I would like to mention that I've made a little bit of progress here on our new world. I got the wheat farm. It's a little bit more fancy, I suppose. I've now got, wow, I'm definitely lagging a little bit. If this keeps up, I'm going to have to stop the recording and then restart it right at the beginning, which is never fun, and I'll just wait it out and see if things start to pick up a little bit. It seems like they're smoothing out, but yeah, I went ahead and placed some stone blocks here, some stone slabs over the water like people were telling me to do, and now things are just a little bit more fancy looking, I suppose, a little bit more smooth looking. It's a little bit more uniform, so there's not like dirt around and stuff, so we've got like nice walkways and everything, and it's already been giving me plenty of supplies here. I've already eaten some of the bread that I was making, and is there any more? Yeah, we got some more wheat over here, so let's go ahead and make another loaf. But I also replaced the floor right here with wood instead of dirt, and I made the walkway here into cobblestone. I think I'm going to be using cobblestone for the walkways, just because it's a little bit easier to deal with putting cobblestone down instead of stone, because stone, smooth stone anyway, is a bit of a pain in the ass to, keep on cooking, and it'll just waste a lot of coal, so I'm not going to deal with that. It'll be way too much of a pain. But what I'm going to do today is just kind of smooth out the landscape here. I know some people wanted me to make a tree house with one of those trees over there. I think I'm going to go with that one. And what I'll probably do is make a walkway, make like a big watchtower on top of this house right here, and have like a pathway through the sky that leads to the tree house over there, on top of being able to use those vines right there to climb up to the tree house. So we'll have multiple ways of getting there, and it'll be nice to kind of spread out here and, just expand our boundaries and such, expand the world that we've got going. But right now, like I said, I'm going to smooth out the landscape and whatnot. I'm going to go ahead and turn down my computer speakers a little bit, because breaking dirt is really loud in my ears, which I'm not a fan of. But other than that, there are two things I want to talk about before we get into the main topic, and the first one is the TNT upload rate. The reason why I only upload 3 episodes of the NarniaCraft Tales a week, and I just lost my shovel. But I have another one, so we're all good here. And, so yeah, the reason why I only upload this series 3 times a week is, well, there are multiple reasons. The first reason is that if I were to upload this series more than that, I feel that it would probably get pretty stale pretty quick, and I really need to install the timber mod like people have been telling me to do, so I can cut down these trees without too many problems. But too late now. I'll have to worry about that probably after this recording. I'll try and get that done. Not going to install the Technic pack, I don't think, at least not for now, because some people have warned me against dealing with it because it's really confusing. Although it can make the series a lot more interesting, I still think we've got a little bit more time to spend in vanilla before I go ahead and upgrade that. It's going to be a little bit of time before I start working with a lot of mods, because right now I'm still having fun with vanilla. I mean, it's still pretty early in the series, so I don't think there's a reason to go ahead and jump in and deal with all the mods that I'll inevitably probably deal with at some point. Not that it's going to be like a hassle or a huge hassle or not worth the hassle, but it'll definitely be a while before I start to consider that and make mods a huge part of the series. Right now I'm just going to enjoy my time in vanilla, because it is really fun to start a new world and just kind of experience Minecraft at its bare bones state and such. So there you go. But yeah, people have been asking for me to upload more of this series because they enjoy the series the most, or they think this is probably my best series that I run on my channel. And that's fair enough. I understand why people would want to see more, especially considering how much I upload of every other series that I have, like Skyrim or Diablo with Seamus and all the other stuff that I'm doing right now. And did I just hear a bad guy? Could have sworn I heard like a zombie or something. Not exactly sure, but there's a flower over here, and I'm going to go collect it. Let's go ahead and punch this flower in the face. Hey, I win. Give me that flower. But, so yeah, people have been asking for that, and the series, I think, would probably get stale. That's one of the reasons. The series would probably inevitably get a little bit old and stale, and I think you guys just simply would get tired of it if you saw it every day, or twice a day, for that matter, every day. I don't think that's unreasonable for me to assume that, because there was a time where I was uploading NarniaCraft a little bit extra frequently, but, I mean, that was the old NarniaCraft. Things are a little bit different now, but it simply would become just like every other Minecraft series, and I would run out of things to talk about. This kind of leads me into my next point, which is that this series would probably I would run out of topics to discuss very, very quickly, and the series would get dry very quickly. So they kind of tie in together. These two reasons, they tie in with one another. So, you know, if I were to do this, like, every day, like a couple episodes a day, 2 episodes, just 1 episode per day even, I would run out of stuff to talk about. You know, the topics that I talk about are usually pretty heavy, or at least the topics that I plan to be talking about during this series. They're all going to be pretty heavy, and they're going to require me to talk a lot about them, but still, I don't think there's enough topics in the world for me to talk about every single day. Plus, I need the series to stay fresh for me. If the series doesn't stay fresh for me and I don't enjoy the series, then that'll defeat the purpose as well. So that's why there's a balance. That's why I have TNT on top of all the other Minecraft stuff that I have. With a custom map, it's different, because with a custom map, you know, there's always something new. There's always something fresh going on in a custom map. And, you know, the problem is that with a series like this, where it's single player and all I'm doing is building stuff and talking about topics, it's going to get stale pretty quick. So those are the 2 main reasons. There are other reasons, like, you know, just trying to balance stuff out in the channel. I don't want to spam too much Minecraft. I like to have other stuff going on. But what I'm going to do now is go ahead and build a little cow farm, I suppose, a little cow stable. That's why I'm expanding here. Probably going to build it out here. And then, you know, what I might do is put another door right here. Maybe I should cover up this mine shaft and then expand over here. But I'm going to have, like, multiple areas here. I want to have, like, a wheat farm, of course, which I already have. A cow farm, like a pig stable, and just a bunch of different areas here. I want to have, like, supplies and everything good to go in the early goings here. So I never have to worry about being hungry or having to worry about, you know, needing bacon. Because we always need an endless supply of bacon. Without bacon, the world simply does not go round. But what can I drop here? I can drop some sticks. I'm already cluttering up my inventory pretty badly here, and I assure you that I will probably fix that as time goes on. But I think that's it. Oh, no, we got more stuff over here. Another place where I can put some seeds, so it looks like we're good. And speaking of which, I'm actually going to go ahead and put some stuff away in these chests here. Not going to really spend too much time organizing just yet, because we're in the early goings here. Just trying to get my feet out from under me, or something like that. I forget what the phrase is, or the saying is exactly by heart, but it's something like that. Just got to focus on getting all of the necessities right now, and then we can worry about other stuff. But so I'm not even sure. I think I'm going to go with fences, actually, and then I can have, like, a roof out of wooden planks here. I think that'll do it. Yeah, I think that's going to be the way to go. How many fences do I have? Do I even have any? I have 5 fences, so that's not going to be enough. We're going to need a lot more, so we're going to have to get some more wood and everything. I tried to get a little bit of supplies off camera as well. That's kind of going to be the only thing I do off camera, really. I'll make minor adjustments to the stuff I've built, and I'll also make little tiny tweaks to maybe like our inventory and such, and collecting supplies, tweaking stuff that I've already built, like, you know, putting in wood in the floor here. That's pretty much all I'm going to be doing off camera. Everything else I want to do, because I want to share with you guys everything that I do in this world. So we'll go ahead and take things one step at a time, and hopefully we can progress pretty well without any problems from there. So I can actually go ahead and get these sticks before they phase out of the universe, because they were on the ground too long and they just disappear for all eternity. That's the way Minecraft works. But so yeah, I hope that explains it. I'm sorry, but I'm probably not going to plan on uploading TNT at a faster upload rate than that, or a more than normal upload rate than that, because that would just be, I think it would really hurt the series a lot if I were to do that. And I mentioned that before on the, wait a minute, I'm going to need some dirt here. Did I really get rid of all the dirt that I had? Here's a giant stack over here. Like I said, trying to expand on the landscaping, kind of spread things out. I want to have an even landscape, so we have, like, all this stuff. It'll be a little bit more level. There won't be, you know, stairs everywhere, and it won't be all ugly. So that's what I'm doing this for. That's why I'm placing all this dirt. So that way we actually put the dirt that we collect to good use. Did I drop any more dirt up here? Maybe I put some in the chests over yonder. Oh, I think I left some down here, over here. So, yep, I think that pretty much sums it up for the TNT upload rate. Other than that, texture packs. This is one thing that I was really excited about, because, I don't know, I feel like having a good texture pack. So I'm leaving it up to you guys to leave me suggestions for good texture packs. Looking for something kind of RPG-ish, I suppose. I don't know exactly which. I'm very ignorant when it comes to the texture packs that are in Minecraft or like in the Minecraft community that are really popular. I've tried NarniaCraft out. I know a lot of people have suggested that I use that, and I have used that in the past. It's just not really my thing. I use it every now and then just to switch it up, but I'm looking for something that I can really fall in love with to be super, super corny right now. I want to use something that is just going to be super cool to look at, and like whenever I log into Minecraft, I'm be somewhat excited to see my texture pack. As nerdy as that sounds, that's about as nerdy as I'll get with Minecraft. But so yeah, I mean something like that, something along those lines. Wow, I already ran out of dirt, but at least we're smoothing things out here in the world of Narnia. But let's go ahead and work on this cow stable here. I think I want to. Let's actually go ahead and work on the path first. And all right, I think I know how I want to do this, but I need a shovel. Where did that shovel go? Did I break the shovel that I had? I guess I did, because I don't see one here. Yep, I suppose I broke it. That's fantastic. Or maybe I didn't, huh? How about that? Maybe I just put it away like a dumb by accident. So, all right, so I think I want to actually have this go across here. So we have like a bacon/rib supply like right over here. And I think this is probably a good place to go ahead and start building it. So let's go ahead and put in the pathway here. And now we can focus on, wow, I would be one cobblestone short. Whatever, it's not really a big deal. All right, so there we go. Let's go ahead and start building this up. Kind of want to leave an open space for right here to get in between, just in case I need to walk around. So what I'll do here is I'll build this out there, and we'll make this a very lengthy stable. So it'll go out this way quite a ways. So let's go ahead and chop some stuff down. But texture packs, yeah, once again, leave any suggestions. I'm looking for something that is kind of RPG-ish, something that is going to maybe be Skyrim, kind of, like it has that Skyrim feel. There was one texture pack that I used a long time ago. It was like the first one that I ever used. I think I used it with the old world in the first, I don't know, I want to say 10 to 15 episodes of NarniaCraft. It was there. It was like in that first leg of the old NarniaCraft series when I was using that texture pack. I forgot what it was called, but something like that. Something that is just got an RPG feel. An HD texture pack is probably the best way to go. I assume that most texture packs that are being made in general are going to be HD. I'm not completely dumb. I know how to install mods and do like the patch. So if I do need a patch, then I'll make sure to make that happen. But leave any suggestions in the comments that are really good, that are RPG-ish, and also tweet them at me if you feel like it is necessary to send it to me that way. That's probably going to be the best way. I do look through all of the comments, but I'm going to miss some. I mean, that's just kind of the nature of how many videos I upload and how much comments I get. And that's the other thing I actually forgot to mention at the beginning of this entire batch here, is that I want to say thank you for the massive amounts of ratings and feedback with comments and everything. They were especially good over the past 2 weeks, and especially with that vlog that I did, the Hey Thanks vlog that I did. Just kind of thanking you guys for all the support I've been getting. I really do appreciate that, and I wanted to reassert that in the beginning here, but I forgot, so I'm mentioning this, I don't know, in the middle of the first episode of the batch here. So thank you guys very much for that. It was really cool to see how much support I was getting, and, you know, the way things are looking right now, I don't see anything slowing down right now, so I'm very appreciative of that. I don't take you guys for granted at all. I did read through pretty much all of the comments. I know I didn't respond to all of them because there were like 150 to 200 or something. So there's always that. Gonna go ahead and use that as my excuse, but I wanted to... Okay, let's go ahead and get this dirt here. So yeah, that is pretty much that, I believe. I'm gonna have to go over here and start getting some dirt out of this little hill so I can start filling in the area over there and make room for the stable. So we're going to do this a little bit more. We're going to go ahead and go through the monotonous task of collecting dirt and all of these shenanigans. But here we go. So now we're going into the main body of the topic here. It took me a while to get to it, but whatever. Better late than never, I suppose. So today's topic is depression. And I know you probably already figured this one out just going off of the title of this episode, or what is most likely to be the title. It might actually be texture packs if it's been past 15 minutes at this point, but I'm not really sure. Time kind of flies when I'm doing this series for some reason. It's probably because I'm having fun, but also probably because of, you know, it just gets... once I get in the flow of things, it just gets really easy to enjoy this here. Like, it's kind of a daunting task to try and talk about everything that I need to talk about from the offset, but eventually, once I get into my vibe and my flow, when I get the mojo going, then it gets pretty easy, and I can just kind of lay back and have fun talking about whatever it is I'm talking about. But this topic is not really it's not a cheerful subject. It's not something that I can really have fun discussing, but I felt like, considering it was something that somebody asked me to talk about in the first episode of the NarniaCraft Tales, TNT, I just felt as though it was necessary that I talk about it because it's been kind of on my mind lately, and I'll get to this later, but depression in general, it's been kind of on, it's a good topic to talk about, I suppose. I'm sure it's something that people wouldn't mind hearing from my perspective, and personally, I've never had to deal with depression. I've had moments, I've had rough patches in my life, and presently I actually am going through a sort of rough patch. Things have kind of smoothed over as of recently, but just in general right now, things have been kind of stressful for me, especially stressful, and this is all regarding personal stuff in my life that I'm probably not going to talk about anytime soon. I'm sure I'll bring all of this up again in a very distant episode of TNT